For as long as I can remember, they've been telling us to enjoy it while they're young, but our days are filled with chaos and stress and cooking and endless laundry piles. Where's the time to enjoy it? Yeah, that's what I always thought too. There's so much I have to do. When do I find time for peace and joy and happiness when I barely have time to sleep? Mama, it's time to make shift happen. You can be a happy mom. If I can, you can. Trust me. I've been a mess, I've been depressed, I've been overwhelmed, I've been to the bottom of the pits, and I've risen, I've grown, I've bloomed, and it all started when I realized I didn't have to anything. I get to. It is my privilege and my honor and my divine responsibility to be the queen of my home. It's not a burden. I'm not a burden. I'm in charge. I'm the ruler. I'm the chaos coordinator. I'm the calm in the storm, and so are you. Come with me. Let's rise, mamas. Adjust your crown. Accept your responsibility. Change the effing world together. It's all in the way we choose to see it. I'm so glad you're here, friend. You're listening to Meant to Bloom with Brittany Clarkson. Hey, my beautiful friends. Let's have a chat today. So here's a funny little story. Is a few weeks ago, my mom, I don't know, maybe it was like a month ago now at this point. I don't know. It was a while ago, a little while ago, in the recent, somewhat future, recent, somewhat past. My mother, she told me she had this idea for me to do a podcast episode, that I should do an episode telling all of you lovely ladies to go buy yourself some flowers. Just treat yourself, buy yourself some flowers. Don't wait around for someone else to brighten up your day. Just do it for your dang self, because it's one simple little act that you can do for yourself that, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like the dopamine drip of seeing these flowers in your kitchen that you bought yourself, and it's like, oh, I can take care of myself. Okay. And I wrote her off, and I was just like, Mom, no, I'm not going to do that. I've mentioned before, like a long time ago, how I bought myself flowers one time and it was amazing and you should totally do it. And I'm like, I'm not going to base a whole episode about buying yourself flowers. That's dumb. But thanks for the advice, Mom. I'll work it in there somewhere. And then days later, days after I tell my mother I'm not going to do an episode about buying yourself flowers, what happens? Miley Cyrus, she drops an absolute banger that is flowers. And I cannot get it out of my head. So here I am, as my mother recommended, making an entire episode about buying yourself flowers because I can't stop thinking about it. I won't stop. So since the release of this song, I have actually seen a number of married women who think that they have to like secretly love the song since, they're in loving relationships and they have a man to buy them flowers. And so they're singing this as if they're, pretending that they're broken up and an independent woman. And I'm here to just kind of call you out on that because I am singing this and I am just awakened to this whole idea that I can buy myself flowers and I can love myself better, even though I'm in a loving, committed relationship with a man who loves me with his whole heart. You can too. Okay? Because you know what? Not everyone has like all the time in the world and the mental capacity to remember to buy you flowers. The only one who knows when you need it most is you, unless you communicate it. And then you're like having to forget about what their entire day has looked like. Perhaps they've had a very long day at work and it's really incredibly hard for them to remember to bring you flowers today because they weren't here experiencing your day. And it's really great when someone else is there for you and steps in and like knows exactly when you need something. But it's also very ridiculous to 100% count on this other person to be there for you when you're not even there for you. Okay, so I especially love this reminder right before Valentine's Day because, this day doesn't really mean anything to a lot of people. And some people think like, well, I love you every single day. Why do I have to buy you chocolate and flowers just because everyone else is buying people chocolate and flowers? So I know this kind of starts a lot of arguments within loving relationships because, we're not always all on the same page. It's very commercialized. Like, I've always told my husband, like, I don't care about chocolate and flowers on Valentine's Day. Don't worry about it. Buy it for me on the day after because chocolate just tastes better when it's 50% off. I don't know. But I want to challenge you to be your own soulmate, even if you're married. I want you to take care of yourself and show up for you. And I want you to be showing up in your life just overflowing with that love and happiness that you've brought to yourself and overflow that into your marriage and your motherhood and your other relationships and your life and into your home. Fill yourself up first. Like, fill your cup, honey. Buy yourself flowers. Take yourself dancing. Hold your own hand. Like, be there for you. Be your biggest supporter. Be your best friend. All right. Don't be putting this responsibility on another person just because you've chosen to spend and share your entire life with them. Because, I mean, it's just kind of silly for you to expect your husband to go out of his way for you all the time. And then for him to expect you to go out of your way for him all the time. Doesn't it make more sense for both of you to fill your own cup and then come together with all that overflow and just both of you like, I've taken care of all my own needs and he's taking care of all of his own needs. And now you're both like in a really good mood when you're in the room together, not both expecting the other one to take care of your needs when your needs are unmet and you know, right? It's not someone else's responsibility to make you happy. It's not someone else's responsibility to make sure that you feel loved. It's not someone else's responsibility to take care of your basic needs. That's yours. Okay. Now, I do have to put in there's a giant red flag to be seen if someone else is sabotaging your happiness and your feelings of loved, because they definitely shouldn't be like getting in the way of you just feeling loved and feeling happy. If someone's sabotaging that, that is very different than them not, you know, giving all their time and energy to support it or what you perceive as enough time and energy to support it. Because we're all people. We all have our own energy banks. Um, and we all perceive and feel love differently. So sometimes it just needs to be an honest communication, a conversation with open communication with your partner of like, hey, if you have some energy, I feel extra loved by you and connected to you when you do this for me. But it shouldn't be this, I feel so unloved. Babe, I need you to do something for me. Mm-mm. You need to love yourself because if you don't love yourself, you will never, ever, ever accept the love that others give you. Okay? We accept the love we think we deserve. And if you're not loving yourself, you don't think you deserve more love because if you deserved love, you would love yourself. Um, you have to love yourself first and you've got to love yourself better than anyone else can, right? Um, so I told you a minute ago that I once bought myself some flowers and I bought them through a car side delivery at the grocery store. So I was having them bring out all my groceries and load them in the car so that my kids could take a nap and I didn't have to wake them up and take all three of my boys into the store. Um, and so I forgot that I had put them in my cart. And when the grocery associate brought those to my car door because he didn't want them to get crushed in the back seat, which is, all of the best grocery associates who are seasoned in what they do this and they know to bring it to the door so it can sit up there with you or at least ask you, do you want this all the way in the back or do you want it up here with you? Um, and so it was such a delight and it was surprising because I had forgotten that I ordered it. So to have someone come and hand it to me through my car door while I'm doing the mundane chore of picking up groceries, it was such a good, awesome feeling. And then to have those in my kitchen to look at for days later, it was just, it brightened up the room. And the kitchen is the room I hate to be in the most because I hate cooking and I hate cleaning it. And that's all you ever do in there. I need to like reset intentions for my kitchen and like make it a fun place that I love. But for now, putting flowers in there is just, cleared kitchen counters and then having flowers in the window is it's just next level to walk in and just have this like it's a dopamine drip. It's a little act of kindness for myself again and again every time I walk in and see it. And so like I want that for you. Do this for yourself. Do special things for yourself. Delight yourself. Be your own best friend. Be your own soulmate because you are the only person that you'll spend your entire life with. All right? Everything else, everyone else in your life is just icing. Like you are the cake and everything else is icing. So, I mean, you could have the best icing in the world, but if your cake is dry and bitter, the icing's not going to fix it, right? You need to have deliciously moist cake You've gotta, mix the batter right. You've gotta be sweet enough. You've gotta love yourself and let everyone else be the icing on top, the cherry on top. Um, just let everyone else be extra for your life, you know? So keep this in mind. Keep pursuing your own joy. Keep overflowing with happiness and love to those around you because it's contagious. All right. So if you can't do this for yourself, do it for the simple fact that it makes you more fun and more bearable for other people to be around. Um, be of good company, right? So, but you should definitely be doing it for yourself. I will say that. So, I just want to tell you a few ways, give you a couple ideas here that you can love yourself. All right. I mean, obviously, we're talking about buying yourself flowers. Do that. It's so simple and easy. Like, even just the cheap, like $5 grocery store bouquet of like the lilies or whatever, like carnations. It doesn't have to be big, beautiful thing of flowers. It can be the cheapest couple flowers. Even, if it's springtime, if you've got flowers growing outside, or it doesn't even have to be flowers. I mean, just bringing in a little bit of nature from outside, go cut some tree limbs, something. It's bringing the outdoors indoors it's magical for your soul. It is. But we're not here to get into that right now. Some other ways you can love yourself and do something for yourself is go dancing. Either go out dancing or dance alone in your bedroom. Like, crank up your favorite song from when you were 13 years old and just dance to it. Just be free. Take yourself out to lunch. I know that one might be a little bit more difficult because, it's something you got to do without the kiddos. You got to have childcare and whatnot. But take yourself out for lunch or for coffee and just sit and be with yourself. Journal and talk to yourself. Like, do stream of consciousness journaling. Have a conversation with the voice in your head. Those can be really interesting and very insightful. Take care of your basic needs. Get a good night's sleep. Take a nap. Take a shower. Wash your hair. Shave your legs. Whatever makes you feel like really good and beautiful and put together, like, do that. Read a book for fun. Like your favorite book that, Twilight, go read your favorite book. I'm not saying Twilight's my favorite book. I'm saying that's like, it's acceptable to read your young adult fiction that your guilty pleasure book. Go read that to yourself. Have some fun. Write out a self-gratitude list. What do you love about yourself? Write out a strengths list. What are you good at doing? Do something new that you've always wanted to. I know a lot of us always have something like in the back of our heads. It's like, I'd like to go join this dance class, and we just put it off forever and ever and ever, but go do it. Spend more time. This one's spicy. Um, spend more time naked while you're getting ready, either for bed or in the mornings. So, like, after you get out of the shower, take longer to get dressed. And I'm not saying sit on your bed in your towel for half an hour, doom scrolling on, Facebook because you're just not ready to get dressed. I mean, like, be naked in front of mirrors and get to know your body, get comfortable with your body because your body is perfect and beautiful just the way it is. And seeing it more will accustom you to it more, and you will be more accepting of yourself when you see yourself more. But that's like a whole thing all on its own. Fall in love with yourself, friend. Do it. Fall in love with yourself. And I'd love to hear your ideas of how you practice self-love towards yourself. How are you your own best friend? How are you your own soulmate? I would love for you to share those things with me. Go ahead and tag me on Instagram at Britt Clarkson, BritClarkson. And I would love to hear how you're practicing self-love for yourself. If you buy yourself flowers, please take a picture, share it, encourage your friends to buy themselves flowers too. Tag me in it so I can see, like, I love flowers. It's my thing. Meant to Bloom is the name of my podcast, my business, my livelihood. Meant to Bloom is based on flowers. Most of my analogies are based on growing a garden and flowers. And I would just love to see my mentions flooded with bouquets of flowers. So that being said, before I go, I do have to tell you about this amazing deal that I have going on right now, because if you want to really grow in your gratitude, self-gratitude, home gratitude, grow your self-love, because this includes the self-love starter kit that I have. Like, if you want to strip away all the yucky parts in your life, and you want to also be giving yourself grace to get into the groove of new home care routines that are actually going to work for you, and like, you just want to accept yourself and live your best freaking life, um this is for you. If that's not you, if you don't want to love your life or have better home care routines or love yourself better, then you can just click on out of here and be done with this episode. But if this is for you, I need to share with you the fact that the Happy Mom Method, which is my newly updated program, it's normally $399, and I'm giving you the ridiculously low sale price of $99. That's 75% off. Yeah. It's dumb business for me to be making this deal, but I'm clearly not here to get rich. I am here to share and express all of my knowledge and everything I learn with you. And I love, love, love spending my time doing this. So when you enroll in the Happy Mom Method, what you're going to get is the Meant to Bloom Guide Bundle, which is all of my best-selling printable guides and workbooks in an ever-growing place. I mean, ever-growing. Like, I am addicted to making new printables, and I'm always like adding those in, okay? Because I'm always growing that Etsy shop printables that I have. And all the best ones, I'm putting those into the guide bundle, and you will always get the newest, best ones if you get into that. And you'll also get my signature course, Unblock Your Joy, which is going to help you strip away all of those mundane stressors and live every day intentionally moving in the directions of your truest priorities, right? How often do we think our priority is to do the dishes? No, your priority is to love. It's to be happy. It's to like show up for other people in your life, right? Like, to be the best mom you can, to be the best woman you can, to be the best wife you can, to be the best person you can. It's not to stress about dishes. Sorry. It's not to be constantly behind on laundry and everything. So that course is really going to help you. It's the mindset. It's the mindset. It really is. And then you're also going to get my newest course, which is currently in the recording phase. So this one is brand spanking new. I only have a couple people already in this course because I've kind of kept it quiet that I was creating this one. But it's Love the Home You Have, Love Your Home, which is all about the simplest action steps and mindset swaps to love your home and to make your home a sanctuary and a refuge, because your home should not be the biggest stress in your life. All right. It should be your safe space away from the stresses of life. Amen to that one. And you're also going to get this super awesome future course coming later this year, I believe, but I can't even really talk to you about what that is yet because it's so in the earliest phases of production. I'm just getting the ideas for it, but I am really excited for what it's going to turn into, and I cannot wait until I can share that with you. But if you get into the Happy Mom Method now, like, you're going to be the first one to know about it, to get it, to have access to it as soon as it's ready. So join now. Join now and you'll get the best deal ever. So if you join now, you're going to get the best deal ever for all of my courses and future add-ons. Thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Meant to Bloom. It really does mean the world to me. But are you ready to take this a step farther? Check out the description below of this episode and grab your mindset makeover. It's totally free, my gift to you. Then hop on Instagram and let me know what you thought of this episode. Tag me at Britt Clarkson. That's BritClarkson. If any part of this resonated with you, please let me know by tagging me or leave a review and share on social media so other mamas can find this too. If it helped you, it's going to help someone else. You're part of a movement now. Let's go.